To all of you in our audience who are celebrating it, I want to wish you and your families a Merry Christmas. I hope that in this crazy year, you have been able to find a moment of peace to spend time with those that you love, your friends and family in your life. And I wanted to share with you something that I do each year around this season, something that I think about. We don't talk about it that often, but I think it's important. And I want to talk about giving, and particularly giving as a nomad capitalist. Now, in this video, I want to share a gift that I have for you. So if you stick around to the very end, I've got something for you, for your help. You know, traveling around the world for all these years, I've been to some pretty interesting places. I've been to places that people have a lot of stereotypes about. And what I've seen is a lot of countries where economies are developing. People are better off now than they ever have been. It is exciting to see how levels of dire poverty in the world have gone from near 50% in the middle of the 20th century to less than 10% now. And I see some of that where I travel to places. But I also see people who are in need of some help. And one of the things that I've believed in my entire life, my parents, and in particular my mother, emphasized that it's always important to give to those who have less. They taught me that it is very important that you maximize your talents, that you don't hold back, that you achieve, and that you succeed. But also that when you get there, you have to realize that some people couldn't get there. It may be because of a disability, maybe because of a circumstance that doesn't leave them with the same opportunities. Now, we're talking about probably different things than a lot of the political class in the West are talking about now. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But my family believed that you really ought to go where you're treated best, and that you had some obligation to help some people once you got there. And one of the things that's been really important to me growing up as biologically an only child who has 3 adopted siblings, all from Russia, all who came at an older age, when it's harder to adopt kids out when they're 8 and 10 years old, 8 and 11 years old. One of the things that was very important to me is people who don't have parents, people who are in orphanages. One thing that's also been a cause of mine since I was probably 10, 11 years old was people who have special needs, in particular in places in the world where there is not the kind of access to care that you have in places like the United States, where I'm from, and many other Western countries. And those were 2 very important things to me. And I want to talk about this. We don't talk about it a lot because I think that our brand is about helping people go where you're treated best. I don't want to dilute what we do because I think that more people succeeding means more people that can be giving. And I know that a lot of people who are watching right now in countries where the government is taxing you very highly, you are not as motivated to achieve more. You're not as motivated to take the risks, to be your maximum potential. And I've seen that as I've lived overseas, that I have been more successful, and there's a psychological feeling to that you can achieve that imperative to be your best, and then you can do your best for others when you are more free to do so. But I do want to talk about giving today on Christmas, because I think it's a good reminder that even if you are a nomad capitalist, even if you are living the kind of lifestyle that we preach, you can have a great impact on the world with taking some of that money that you've saved, taking some of the money that you've earned from the things that we talk about, and contributing that to people who are in genuine need. For me, I've always looked at the idea of giving is who has the greater need. And for me, growing up in the United States, certainly there are people who needed help. But I think what I've reinforced as I've traveled is you look overseas and you see that people who have less of a safety net, people that have less opportunities, fewer opportunities for care, perhaps need help even more. I remember growing up in the U.S. and my family said, isn't it great that the idea of America, maybe not the United States at some point, but the idea of America is that even a poor person is wealthy by global standards. And I said, well, then let me go and help the people who really are having trouble. One of the groups out of about a dozen this year that I've contributed to is a group called SOAR. It's called the Society for Orphaned Armenia Relief. It's based in the U.S. It's actually a registered charity in the U.S., so gifts can be tax deductible. But they do a lot of work in Armenia. And I've contributed to them over the years, and I've done a number of contributions this year for a transition center, for example, for, in this case, girls who reach the age where they can't be in the orphanage anymore, as something that my three sisters were approaching when my parents took them in. And so I contributed to a transition center that helps them go from being teenagers into young adulthood and leading productive lives, and in some cases even getting university degrees. And I've contributed to individual kids. But what I want to talk about today, and where the gift for you comes in, is with the situation in Armenia this year, now hopefully resolved, but certainly one that caused a lot of stress to many people. One thing I did a little while ago was I offered to match donations up to $10,000 for people who wanted to donate for orphans who were displaced from 2 orphanages that were in the disputed region of Artsakh, and also to about 25 special needs children who have ongoing needs who were displaced from their homes. Whatever you think about the conflict, I think we can agree that kids who are 5 and 6 and 8 years old, it is not their cross to bear, particularly children who are in such an unfortunate situation to begin with. And so hopefully we can put all of the various political feelings aside. Those were the 2 causes that I wanted to support. And I was very excited that we raised a total of $27,000 for that cause, in addition to some other donations that we had made before that. And was really excited that that will support moving those, the special needs kids and also the orphans for a number of months. And so now I want to, talk to you, because I believe this is a very important cause. And while I believe that self-interest is what drives us to growth and what creates greater opportunities, I also understand that there are some people like these. Perhaps some of the people where you and I are from have more opportunities than they want to talk about. I don't think that's the case so much here. I think these are kids who, from my time in Armenia, from working with this group for a couple years, and they really need help. And it's a situation where, those of us who have, especially those of us who are living the nomad capitalist lifestyle, can do that. And so I am going to, again, offer to match donations to SOAR up to another $10,000, and I'm going to make something in it for you. Besides the fact that we're at the end of the year and you can talk to your tax advisor about a tax deduction on this donation, what I'm going to do for everyone who donates $200 to SOAR, $200 or more, and forwards us your receipt, we're going to send you a signed copy of my book, Nomad Capitalist. I'm going to personally sign that with a special note to you and send that to you so you have a copy of the book. If you have a copy of the book already, you'll have a signed personal copy from me, as well as knowing that you really helped. I will be matching the first contributions. You're welcome to donate $5, donate $10, donate $20. If you donate $200 or more, you get a free signed copy of the book. People who want to make larger donations, $5,000, $10,000. One of the matching gifts for our initial matching, we had a matching $10,000 gift from one person. If you're looking to make a larger donation, contact us and we can discuss that with you. But if you make a gift of $200 or more, send your receipt to help@nomadcapitalist.com. Very simple, help@nomadcapitalist.com. It's going to take us a couple days during the holidays, a couple extra days to get this turned around to you. Obviously, the international nature of what we're doing means that the book is not going to arrive at Amazon Prime speeds, but we will get the book out to you ASAP after the holidays. We'll get those out, and you will have it sometime in early 2021. But if you want to donate $5, $10, any amount helps. I want to show people that we have a great ability to make positive change. So many people now today want to make this a binary decision between, are we going to tax the wealthy at incredibly high tax rates that makes them unproductive, that takes away their incentive to innovate and to create value that can then be contributed in some cases. There's the binary decision between that and you're a selfish slob. You know, I don't think coming in and talking about this on a frequent basis is necessarily the right thing to do, unless there's a way that I can add value. I think it's something that I do privately. I'm sure many of you do privately. But I want to really, at this time of year, in a year where I think so many people are afraid, so much change is upon us, show that what we are doing here is not entirely selfish. Even charity certainly is selfish. You know, the good feeling, the feeling of doing good brings a sense of, I think, warmth to all of us, and so there's a selfishness in that. But you know, I want to send the message that our dollars are stronger being sent to an organization with very low overhead. I've worked with these guys. I'm confident they are very good stewards of the money. In fact, I've talked to multiple charities in Armenia, as an example, and found them to, in my opinion, be the best. I don't get anything out of this, by the way. I don't get a kickback or a fundraising fee. I get absolutely nothing. In fact, it costs me because I'm the one buying the books and sending them to you. But it's just something that I want to use to not only, you know, talk about something that's important to me, but offer you a chance to get in, potentially get a little tax deduction, and also help out and send a message that money in the hands of, you know, creators and innovators is more productive when given to, you know, well-run groups than it is to get the government. So I'm doing matching donations, whether they're from our audience or from others. That's valid through the end of the year. So you've got until December 31st. If you're in the United States and you want a tax deduction, again, talk to your tax advisor. We're not giving out tax advice here on YouTube, but you've got until December 31st, when the clock strikes midnight, for the matching donation. Also, you've got until December 31st to send your receipts to us, help@nomadcapitalist.com. If you give more than $200 or more, I will send you a signed and personalized copy of Nomad Capitalist with a very special note as an appreciation for your gift, and we will be sharing a message of what this is doing for SOAR, and hopefully spreading their message so that more people are aware of it. Again, Merry Christmas. Thank you for a great year. Thank you for not only helping us reach 100,000 subscribers, but over 200,000 subscribers now this year. But looking forward to doing a lot more in the new year. Looking forward to a lot more things coming up. This is an opportunity to explore the softer side of Nomad Capitalist, where we show just how strong we can be in helping solve the problems that some people in this world face. I hope you'll take part. I hope that I can send you a book. I hope that I can thank you for your support, and look forward to your emails. Have a great day. How can Nomad Capitalist help you? 4 ways. Number 1, subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell to make sure you get our new video every day. Number 2, get a copy of Nomad Capitalist, the book. You'll learn a lot of my personal experiences over a dozen years of studying this stuff, as well as exactly some of the strategies that you can use to build your Nomad Capitalist plan. Number 3, if you're not sure where to start, but you want to come and learn from my team and I, you want to come and mingle with like-minded people, learn more about our live conference, Nomad Capitalist Live. It's coming up soon. And number 4, if you want some help right now because you've got a burning issue, you need something solved, you want to lower your taxes, get a second passport, or build the Nomad Capitalist lifestyle of your dreams, go to nomadcapitalist.com and click on Become a Client.